Welcome back to another edition of the Woods Finest Podcast. It's your boy Griff, and I'm joined by my boy Ozone, aka Bumblebee. And I'm not saying that because he's light skinned. I'm saying it because it keeps us laughing. My boy Kev, tell the people how you doing.
Just chilling out here in this once in a lifetime blizzard down here in Charlotte.
Okay.
Actually got some snow. It's still going. It's going pretty hard, to be honest.
All right.
Gonna be a lot of babies born this winter.
Kev always
On
seems that
September.
way.
Why? September, October, record-breaking births in the United States this year.
Wow.
Due to the snow.
Are we expecting Ruth Ann to be one of those people?
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be a problem if it is.
Talk me down.
All right. I'm also joined by that other smooth brother, known as Jazz, aka Turbo.
Okay.
Coach.
Hey,
Coach, can you get a quick pop and lock for us real quick?
Oh, you thought I wouldn't. You thought I wouldn't, though. You thought I wouldn't. You thought I wouldn't, Chris.
No, I know you would.
Man.
I know you
that-
would. I
You
know
know that's
you
a classic, man. You know, look. Tell me you don't remember Breaking Two when that we had that little Latin chick that couldn't speak English.
Breaking
Hey.
two.
Oh, terrible. Terrible. Oh,
Hey.
terrible.
Hey, I knew I could bring
man.
it out. I know I could bring it. Hey,
Come on,
I
man.
just want you to do the joint with the broom. Remember the broom?
Oh,
We
yeah,
did
man. Come on, man. You remember?
sweeping and stuff. That joint was sweet as shit. That joint hilarious. Well,
Yeah,
if you
man.
didn't notice, I called y'all Jazz and Bumblebee,
Yes,
two of my
yes.
favorite Transformers. So our open today is gonna be your favorite or one of your favorite cartoon characters and something funny he did. All right. So let's go ahead and start with the originator. Bumblebee, what you got? This brother's
All
not
right.
answering.
I'm
You're
going
not going
back
to answer
to
your name?
Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so, and I got to go with my boy, the Brain, when Pinky used to always ask him on the show, be like, what are we going to do tonight, Brain? Like, the same thing we're doing every night. Pinky, trying
Take over the world. Yeah.
That's the classic line. Like,
Yeah.
like cold-blooded with it. He's like, that
Yeah, man.
Brain, he's a goat.
That's a great pick. Mike McDonald, a.k.a. you look like the Brain kind of. Kev, you could be that diabolical mouse with that chain on. Definitely. You like a gangster villain. Yeah.
You feel like you're at that table with Nino right now, kid. Or Martin. Remember when Martin had the stuffed animal dog?
Ooh.
He was out there like,
Right there.
oh, classic.
Came prepared.
You like one of them dudes who was bullying a JJ in Good Times.
Oh, you gonna fight with us, JJ?
I'm weak.
All right.
Oh man.
All right, Coach, what you got?
Oh,
Oh no,
man.
you know what? I'm going first because Coach, you're the master of all things animation. So I will go first. So my I got to bring it back. I told you about my son loving Fat Albert. The whole gang told one joke almost every episode. What they say? They say, "You like school on Saturday."
Sunday, yep.
No class. And they all
It is definitely you, Greg.
man.
that is me all day. All right, Coach, what you got?
Yes, K play perfect.
He played Griffin.
Not K play. Give him a little.
I went a little bit off the beaten path. I don't know either one of y'all watch American Dad. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode with Black Villain?
Nope.
When the principal, it was like Goldfinger, right? So like a James Bond joint, but the principal's name was Black Villain. And he had brought up all the old hair dryers in the world and sent them to Antarctica because he had brought up all this land in Detroit and he was gonna make it oceanfront property. It's a classic. If you've never seen it,
Right.
you've got to see the episode with Black Villain. It's hilarious. It's just hilarious. I had a little runner up I wanted to tell y'all about if you don't mind. Just
Yeah,
take a second.
yeah. Take
Let's
your
hear it.
time.
There's an episode I can't really think of the name of the top of my head. It's a old Transformer episode about Omega Supreme. Oh boy, I gotta tell you. So you can find it on YouTube, and what happens is Omega Supreme is out fighting this guy, this Scorpion guy, and he like transforms. Omega Supreme does, and the Scorpion dude sticks something in his exhaust port,
Oh,
and I'm not I'm not lying. He sticks something
See,
in Omega
you
Supreme's
say I'm
exhaust
the
port,
dirty guy in the show.
and the rest of the show, Omega Supreme is walking around like he got violated, like. And I think that I can't remember what the Scorpion dude's name was, but he literally violated Omega Supreme. It's like he went to the doctor and had, sometimes you go to the doctor, he says, it's your 50th birthday. Pop. Oh, you're what? Pop. You know what I'm talking about when he put that glove on? That's what he did to Omega Supreme. That one,
Lord have mercy.
that's a pure villain. That was the pure villain.
Stuck something in exhaust.
You look,
I get called
look,
dirty guy.
don't worry. When this episode is over, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to both of y'all.
Oh,
You
my
can see
gosh.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh boy.
Because I think they showed it on TV one time and then it didn't come back on. Hey, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What do you do to Omega?
Meth back on Wu Tang, like put something in, with the broom and keep feeding you and feed.
There it is. I'm gonna put it on the stove. 6 hours.
Woo, buddy. We starting this show off right. We got the
All right.
energy. We got the jokes. I love it. I love it. I love it. So today's show is all about the bad guys, the villains, who got it right. Maybe they had a twisted way of getting things done, but we agree with the basic philosophy that they were enacting. So we're gonna get this thing started. We all gonna have three, going from our third favorite to our first villain that got it right, and we agree with the philosophy they was kicking. All right, first up the bat. All right, Kev, you back up. What you got, man? You're number one.
All right, so I had others higher on the list, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys may mention some of those because they're like layups. So I'm gonna go back to the Matrix with Agent Smith, right? Because at first, he was just doing what he's programmed to do, and take out Neo, and then Neo he realizes that he's hacked into everything, and Agent Smith realizes everything's kind of broken, and humans are really the reason for it. So he's got to take out Neo. He he gets put onto the game and starts learning more and more. And at one point in time, there was a quote that Agent Smith said to Neo when they were having one of their duels, and he was like, "I'd like to share a revelation that I've had during my time here." He said, "It came to me when I tried to classify your species, and I realized you're not actually mammals." He said, "Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium within the surrounding environment, but you humans do not." And he was right when you think about it, right? Think about in life, over the course of history, all the natural resources and everything, we start tearing that down. Animals, we start killing them, trees, like we talked about, natural resources. So now you have situations where humans have exploited the planet so much. You have housing crises because you're running out of places to build stuff, right? You're taking up all the land, you're using all the resources. The climate control gets to be out of hand because of things that we're doing with using up all the gas and the oil and stuff like that. destroying the ozone layer. So that's kind of what Agent Smith was talking about, and realizing that you gotta feed into the ultimate goal of the system, Matrix, with trying to get rid of um, humans for that reason. Now, obviously, we're human; we don't want to hear that, but he did kind of have a good point
Hold on,
for
Kev.
his
Hold on.
purpose.
Let me give you a little pushback real quick. In the Matrix, weren't they using us as batteries? Like you were in like an
Yeah.
induced state.
Coma. Yep.
Yes, where like they were using us basically as
Energy
energy.
source. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. They weren't like we weren't free. It's like imagine your body. So everybody would be a mental slave, but in your mind you would be free. That's kind of what like you didn't know unless you wanted to know
Yep.
that you were really enslaved.
Exactly.
That's a horrible Kev. Then what are you talking? Smith was wrong, man. he was
Well,
fighting against
Well,
that.
no. I understand what
he's
I
got the
understand what
same
he's
exact
saying.
way things are right
I
now.
understand what
Right
he's
now.
saying.
You could be living your best life, right? Because in theory, if you're dreaming it, I guess you could be, you know, a dictator like Trump, right? And doing all types of other crazy stuff and monopolizing the world. Or, you could do whatever because you're in a dream world, right?
Yeah.
So you could, theoretically, choose to live things however you want. But the reason it got to that point in the Matrix was because humans had destroyed the planet and they used AI, and then AI kind of
Took
caught
over.
on to them. Like, you could kind of say similar concept with another movie for like Ultron, right? Ultron ultimately figured out humans are destroying everything, and the solution, get rid of them. That
To
might
save the
come up.
planet. Well, yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
similar
Okay. All right. All right.
character. I'm sure
I
somebody
get
else
it.
may
I
mention
get it. I mean, I
that
get what the
mention
premise is, but you're still enslaving a population of people. I don't know if I'm gonna have to think about that one. Coat. No, you know what, Coat? I'm gonna let you go last. I'm gonna go next.
All right.
I'm glad, Kev. I'm glad that you thought outside the box. I do like the. I like that you pushed the boundary. How about that? That's what I do appreciate. You didn't go for the layup. But I want the layup to be in there because layups are points too. Okay, so my first one, I want y'all to stay with me because I went way outside the box on this one. Okay, so I went with a stand-up movie. Okay, y'all remember the stand-up special that Dave Chappelle did, and he got vilified because of what he was saying. So basically, in that special, he was saying he had a friend, a real friend who had an alternative lifestyle, who said, "Don't attack my people." Is basically what the premise was of that person, right? He brings it back around, and he's saying in the end the same thing about black people. Like, you can say anything that you want to everybody else, but stop punching down on my people. That's basically what it said. He got a lot of backlash for him sticking up for black people and how we can constantly get attacked, and it's almost like we're the villain when we like you say, "Hey, don't do that to us." Y'all remember that? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dig it.
All right. Kev, you say
That's
something?
kind of thinking outside the box right there. Talking about like a villain coming from a stand-up comedy show. That's
Yeah.
Well, no,
thinking
because
way
because
outside the box.
he was vilified.
Yes. He was made the
Nah,
bad
I
guy
like
by
it
so
though. I
many
like it.
people. So yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, Coach, you up? You're gonna wrap up round one with our third favorite villain.
Must have
What you
stayed
got,
at a
man?
Holiday Inn Express last night.
Oh well, you said what, Kev?
Riff's not a genius, but he must have stayed at a Holiday Inn Express
Experiment
last night.
last night. There it is. There it is. I don't always make the best suggestions, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
I I owe you one for that, Bumblebee. I owe you. That
That's
was good.
funny.
That was good. That was good.
That's
That was
funny.
good. All right,
Well,
Coach, what you got?
I'm gonna wrap this up with Marvel villain.
Okay.
Uh, Cav sort of segued into one Marvel villain, but that's not the one I'm talking about. We're gonna go with Thanos.
That's one
The
of them.
snap.
Yeah.
Uh, his logic was sort of correct,
Absolutely.
right? He said that the problem was is that there wasn't enough resources for all of the people in the universe,
Yeah.
which is something that you see it today. You see it in life today that there's not enough resources, and the reason there's not enough resources isn't necessarily everyone's fault, I guess you could say. But his concept was sort of correct. But the problem is that just randomly killing people is not the solution. He didn't want to try to find another solution to the problem. He just wanted to kill. You know what I'm saying? I think he found more pleasure in the killing, even though he had a reason for doing what he was doing. It was more about him killing people, I think, than it was for him than really trying to save the universe. Maybe started off that way, but in the end, he sort of got off on what he was doing, I think.
Okay. Thanos is one of the ones I was thinking
Definitely
about.
agree. Hey,
Go ahead, Kev.
hey, real quick. So Thanos, he would have been on the list. That was one of the layups I was talking about.
Yep.
He had the Infinity Stone. If he would have used, because one of those Infinity Stones is like for wisdom and stuff like that. So, same concept. Get rid of like 50% of living creatures, right? If you can pick the right 50% to get rid of, just knowing because you got an Infinity Stone, knowing it, and people probably don't have as much, they might not even view him as a villain so much. Some people might view him as a villain. It's still cold. Right?
But here you look.
People.
But here's the flip side of the coin for you. He could just as easily use that Infinity Gauntlet to fix it in a different way.
Yeah.
That is also true.
You know what I'm saying? He had the ability to do whatever he wanted to do with that gauntlet. So that's just
but then it's not a movie, right?
Or
if it is,
it's
then
not
it's
a story.
Like
it's not a story.
like an animated thing, like Snow White or whatever, or some other happy Disney.
I think, Kev, I thought that if he got something right, that part was right. Because if it's random, he didn't sit there and think about, oh yeah, I want to get rid of the old.
That's why it was wrong.
Or the young, or the no. I know. I'm saying it was right because of that. Because what if he said, let's get rid of all of the older population because they're the biggest drain, because they're older, they're crippled, they need more medicine, they're not. When it's random, I think that's the beauty in it. It's like everybody has an equal shot of surviving.
That's a good
I think
also.
I think that's a better theory.
So also, now, you could say, well, I did something really horrible, but everybody makes mistakes. I'm going to be, if you give me another week to live, now I'm going to be somebody who saves the planet, right? I mean, again, it's a movie, but that was a really good one. Thanos, you had the right concept. It's just super controversial.
Execution is the problem. All right, Kev, you're up to bat. You're on your villain number 2. What's your second villain?
All right, thinking of that. Good gosh, I want to say something might be kind of extreme.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Hey, do we need to dim the lights just when we go to the camera?
Nah, it's not going to be that type of party. I mean, it kind of could, from what I was thinking.
Here we go.
We had talked one time on another show about, it might have been dads or something like that, and I mentioned, like, Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I could say something here about Anakin, but who knows? I don't want to, tariffs are already causing prices of stuff going up. I don't want baby oil prices skyrocketing and stuff. If I say something for Anakin killing kids with other stuff, I'll probably get back to this later, but for right now, we're just going to see how it goes. I'm going to go to somebody else. Just keep this in your mind and maybe tune in for bonus clips, all the viewers out there and followers of TWF. So for right now, I'm just going to pick a less controversial person. I'll go with Clyde Shelton. Most people probably like, who the heck is Clyde Shelton? So it's from Law Abiding Citizen. think the real actor's name might be Gerard Butler,
Yeah.
right?
No, oh, that brother was touched.
Yeah. Now he had a plan. Really, all he was trying to do, he was going about it in the wrong way, but he was trying to seek justice for his wife and kid that were murdered. Right? Anybody's gonna go crazy for
Yeah,
that. I mean, unless you're God, right? None of us are. So he had a right to be upset and wanting revenge. Also, the whole reason he started the plan, he was trying to let Jamie Foxx, who was the DA, I guess. I don't even think he was DA. He was like the prosecutor
yeah, he
at the
was a
time.
lawyer at the DA's
Yeah,
office
trying to
or
let
something.
him handle things. Like Jamie Foxx was saying, take care of it, all this, we'll get justice and all of that.
And then the people
And he
got
started
off.
cutting him a deal, right? for some BS stuff. And he was like, what do you mean you cut this guy a deal? So, Clyde took things into his own hands, tried to expose a corrupt legal system, right? It was like, I'm going to put an end to this. I want to make huge, big statements about it that are probably going to have at least the city in fear for stuff and wanting to end certain corrupt practices and make the world a better place and also get, his revenge for someone killing his wife and kid.
Okay. All right. Law-abiding citizen.
There we
Another good
go.
one. All right. So mine again. Like I said, I'm going outside the box again on this one. So this one, another one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. Probably in my top 5 movies of all time. The Shawshank Redemption. And then you're saying, well, which villain could be right in this?
I'm about to say all
Good.
them villains in there.
The villain I'm talking about, y'all remember the character Red, which was played by the great Morgan Freeman. Remember
Freeman.
he in that by the time Andy Dufresne comes in, he was already an older man. By the time he leaves, it's like 20 years later, so he's like pretty old. And remember, so my villain is the parole board. But the parole board actually had it right because he came in there every time. He memorized the speech, and they was like rejected every single time. They rejected him every time he came before the parole board. But when he finally got to a point where he's like, you know what? I don't care what y'all think. I did it, but I'm sorry. I wish I didn't do it again. They approved him when he finally ditched the script and just told them what it was. They let him out. Now, it was wrong for them to keep an old man in prison. That's why they're the villain. But they had it right because as soon as he realized, you know what? It was my fault. I shouldn't have done it. I wish I was a different man. But once he told the truth and he got off his chest, they instantly let him go. That's my villain for number 2. The villains who got it right. All right, Coach. You're up to you're wrapping up round 2 of the villains. What you
Hey,
got?
Phil, real quick,
Yeah.
let me say something. So we did a show about aliens, or I think we
Yeah,
called
yeah,
it the
yeah.
Men in Black
Yep.
episode.
Sure did.
Can Morgan Freeman be considered an alien? I mean, this guy's been like 80 to 100 years old, like his whole life,
That's what I
right? I
said.
dare
Yeah.
somebody to prove me wrong. You know what I mean? This guy, I bet you there aren't
I'm
any
weak.
real photos of this guy, like from high school,
No,
Yeah.
Morgan
right?
Freeman was on the
When
electric
he was a
company, man.
kid. Man,
Yeah.
that's fake news. That's AI
Wow.
generated right there. This guy,
All right,
he's
Coach.
been
What you
like
got?
90 years, 80.
Let's wrap it up. Wrap.
Big up,
Coach.
Morgan
Oh,
Freeman. You're one of the
hit Kev
best.
with the
I
wrap it
appreciate
up
you.
box. I'm
Yes,
weak.
yes. I gotta hit
I'm
Ken with the wrap
weak.
it up box. Come on, Coach. What you got?
All right,
Round
well,
round
so
2.
round 2, I'm going back to Marvel. I mean, everybody felt this, man. We talked about this movie not too long ago, but everybody felt this guy, Eric Killmonger, from Black Panther. You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
Yes.
Michael B. Jordan. I mean, man,
Yes.
how could you not love the passion of this brother, man? Like he all he wanted was what was his. You know what I'm saying? Like he embodied the black man's struggle in life in that character. It just in a different way. Like Ryan Coogler put it together perfectly because that boy that you saw at the beginning of the movie that had everything snatched from him when his father was snatched from him, that was a plight that a lot of black people, black men dealt with when we were growing up. Luckily, we weren't all victims of that. You know what I'm saying? But oh, who in the world? Sorry, AirPods connecting more than one thing threw me off there. Phone rang. But yeah, Killmonger, man, he wanted what was his. He wanted to help his people be uplifted and no longer disrespected. But the way he wanted to do it was to do exactly what was done to them. That's the part that made it bad, right? That's the cliche of it is where you always hear that two wrongs don't make a right, right? You know what I'm saying? But you love Killmonger because he was that dude,
Yeah.
and he was about that life. You remember when they gave him the heart-shaped herb, and he went into the plane. He saw his dad, and he came back, and he told him to burn that herb. And that girl looked at him and said, "But wait!" And he snatched her up and picked her up. And he said, "When I tell you to do something, I mean that. I mean that."
Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
he
yeah,
did.
man,
Yeah.
Killmonger, man. That's my number two, man.
Yeah.
My number
I
two.
I was hoping that someone would bring him up as Thanos, and Darth Vader were the three that I thought were everybody would kind of agree on, and I thought somebody else would mention. So, big ups to you for mentioning those brothers. I think Killmonger's so important because of the way he was going to do it. What he wanted to do was liberate the rest of the minorities in the world who are oppressed,
Yeah, exactly.
and he wanted to do it by force. And like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
like you said, Coach, sometimes you may not totally agree with someone's methodology, but
yeah. But you felt him
I
because
understand.
he was the perfect opposite to Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa.
Yeah,
Because T'Challa wanted to do the same thing, but he wanted to do it in a
peaceful.
different way, in a
Yeah,
peaceful way. But
Yeah.
Killmonger was like, "Yo, we got all these weapons in here, all this armor in here.
yeah.
Can't
No.
nobody mess with what we got going on up in here."
Killmonger was
He basically
realistic.
he was look, he was basically like my boy in the Chappelle show when he said, "Y'all ready to ride? Say robble robble." You know what I'm talking about?
Not
This
Robert
market is
Robert.
mustard. No, it's still some Morton salt on my Converse. Y'all ready to ride?
Hey, look, Coach,
Talking about the
great
yellow
pick.
cake. Please don't drop that cake.
Yeah, great pick, great pick, great pick. Hey, all I gotta say is this third round, I'm winning the third round. It ain't no
Oh
competition,
man.
but the
Okay.
character I got last is one of my favorites. All right, Coach.
Okay.
I mean, Kev, it's up to you, brother. Kev, your last villain for the show. What you got, man?
All right. I don't know if I should keep this in Marvel or go
All right,
with
hold on.
another.
Time out.
Yo,
Time out. Time out.
do
Time out.
whatever you want to do, man.
Hey, look. Time out. Time out. Time out. Flag on the play. Hey, listen, Phil E. Buster. Stop.
E.
Stop. Hey, look. Stop manipulating the camera time and get to the point. Go ahead. All right,
Oh.
Phil. What you got? What you got, Phil?
Hey,
Phil
listen,
E. Buster.
Phil
I'm running
E.
for office. I gotta.
Yes, you are.
I
We
gotta
got.
prove my point. I gotta prove I can be more diabolical than Trump, but also be a good guy. All right. So
All right.
I gotta sometimes say some stuff. All right. Anyhow, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go with the thing that I was thinking for Anakin Skywalker. I'm gonna go with Magneto. Um,
That was on my
Marvel
list.
TV
That was on my list.
show,
That's a good
movies,
one.
right? So just think about his background, right? When he was a kid, he saw his mom get. So he was in Germany at the time. You know, mom got put in concentration camps. Saw her get murdered and everything. That's where he kind of developed his fury and mutant powers, and they try to use the stuff against him. I guess I may be kind of mixing it up, but still same type of concept. He was in the concentration camp. He saw how people at a very young age treated other people that were not
Just because they were different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we're different is a better way to put what
Hmm.
I was gonna say. Um, and then other people in power are going to continue to oppress them, right? Same exact thing with mutants, right? People were scared of mutants, right? They didn't like them because they were scared of them. They were trying to oppress them through certain laws and other stuff. And he was like, why are we doing this? Kind of like Killmonger, you're talking about we got all this vibranium and everything. Mutants could just be like, hey, we got
Yeah,
special powers. We could just be overwhelming you guys right now, but
that
we're
could
trying to
be a
do the right
problem.
thing because of Professor Rex and everything, kind of like Black Panther. You got a good guy, or somebody who's more working things out in a peaceful way, or someone who's more militant. You could kind of make a comparison. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Both sides have the right point. One person realizes, you know, stuff. You can try your hardest. You can do all the right things. There's still going to be oppression. There's still going to be a lot of bigots out there in the world for whatever reason, and people just trying to oppress you. So Magneto, he'd seen it firsthand. He'd lived it numerous times. He didn't even really take things to extreme measures until he's pushed all the way to the limit, and then people put him in check, and then he'll like cool out for a while, right? That person is probably number one because he's not normally trying to instigate, trying to take down the system. He'll do it. You push him all the way to the edge, and then somebody will put him in check for a little while and be like, all right, you guys are my friends. I hear your point. I'm going to calm down for a little bit. And then somebody instigates him again, right? And he's like, you know,
Okay.
there's only
All right.
so much you can do to somebody
Yeah.
before they just lose their stuff. But he had the right points.
Yeah. So that was a good point. I think that was an excellent choice for Magneto. Really, really good choice. Um, I know that theories were that Stan Lee and them developed that series based on Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. A lot of people said that was not the case, but I think even in real life, we always borrow from something that we see, something that we've experienced. So I think even if it wasn't based on them, they borrowed a lot from the struggles of the civil rights because of the
Civil
stuff
rights,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I heard. The X Men was really based off of civil rights,
Big
like
up to
yeah,
because they
yeah,
Stan
were,
Lee.
yeah.
Because
yeah,
even if it wasn't based off of that, he also pushed to get, other stories from other races represented a lot
yeah,
where other
yeah,
people
yep.
wouldn't. So
Yeah.
even if people are going to say, oh, that's not what it was based on, he was still
Hey,
a
I
good
tell you
guy.
what,
He
the
still
proof is
tried
in the
to,
pudding.
Yep.
The proof
yeah,
is in the pudding.
Yeah.
stand up
Absolutely.
for other people's
Absolutely.
rights. So big up to him.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Oh, that might have been one of my favorite pieces, Phil. Okay, so my last one. Yeah, Coach, I got to throw my little slice in there. But my person is from one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm not a big gangster flick kind of guy, all right? But this one's not.
Y'all
It's
say
kind of
Dirty D from Pootie Tang?
this one is not necessarily a gangster flick, but it's kind of it's on the border. It's like a thriller and a gangster flick. So y'all ever seen The Usual Suspects?
Of course.
Great movie, great movie, great movie.
Yeah.
So the one of the characters in there, Verbal, who acts like he's a disabled person,
Yep. Kaiser Sose.
is Kaiser Sose. But the thing that I agree with is he tells a story and they don't know it's him in the beginning. And they said this drug lord, these guys are taking on this drug lord, and they had his wife and his kids, and they were threatening him and all that. And he said the drug lord killed his family. Then he hunted down every member of the people who harmed him and their immediate families and their extended families and killed all of them. And I said, woo, that's gangster. That's gangster. I said, I feel you on every level. So I said, I agree with everything that he did. Maybe if your family's like, if they're gonna die, you don't want them to suffer. So it takes a lot of, that's a lot to do that. I'm not saying I would do that. I'm just saying I understand. But the other part to that was at the end, he says the greatest trick that the devil ever pulled was convincing people that he doesn't exist. That joint was gangster to me. I said, and then he starts walking straight at the end.
Yep. He's in the car and pills. Yeah, man.
That was tough. That was tough. That's my
just like that.
Yeah, when
he was gone. Yeah.
They were looking around the room and started seeing that stuff on the wall. It was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he was telling them story all the time.
Yeah, he built that whole
Yeah,
story
nobody
on
knew it
the
until
wall,
the
man.
end when you start seeing all
Yeah,
that
you
stuff.
had no idea. No idea, man.
It's a good movie. Good movie. All right, Coach, you're taking us home. Who's your third villain?
All right, man. Well, you know, I got to do it. I got to pull the shoot on it. You know, everybody's seen Training Day.
Absolutely.
You know where I'm going there, man. Lonzo, come on, man. Denzel. Come on, man.
You want to
I
go?
need
to
my
jail? You wanna
money,
go home?
Jake.
Come on. I mean, hey, look, Jake. I'm surgical with this thing, Jake. How you want it? Closed casket? Hey, you and your wife trying to have a kid, Jake? I can't miss. I can't miss, Jake. Come on, man. Hey, go ahead and say it. You're gonna piss dirty. You don't want to smoke the PCP earlier.
I've been
That's what you
planning
did.
this
That's
all
what you
week.
did. You put it in the pipe. You smoked it. That's what you did, Jake. Yeah, man. Come on. I mean, you know, the thing is that he realized in order to fight the criminals that he was dealing with, he had to do it a different way, right? And that's where he was right, but he was wrong when he started killing them and stealing their money and becoming them.
Yeah.
But he was so cold, man. He was so cool. Like that was the dude that you knew was gonna get you in trouble, but you just wanted to be with him anyway because he made you that much cooler. Like you knew when you left the crib, you was getting in trouble when you rode with Lonzo. He was beep beep. And you're like, yep, I'm not going out for a couple of weekends. After this, I better live it up right now. You know? So yeah, man, that's my last villain because even though he was a villain, you another one that you love. You loved Lonzo. You wanted to be Lonzo. Man, when he got out that car and they shot him at the end, you felt bad, man. He was trying to light a cigarette, couldn't even breathe.
Cases on all
Yeah.
Silicon Bay.
Yeah. Shoe
We
program.
had a lockdown. Shoe program.
You ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
That's wild.
man.
I don't know, Cole. I don't know if I felt bad at the end because Lonzo was a dirty
Guys are
dude.
so sad.
Huh?
Lonzo was a dirty dude, but you still
Dirty.
love that cat, man. Come on, man. You know. Come on, man. Come on,
Hey,
man.
hey.
When they was in, look. He said, "Wait, what'd you say to me?" When he had them guns in that dude's face, you told me to do what?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
Pull it out then.
I'm gonna tell you
That double tap, kid.
I'm gonna tell you the instant I was like, nah, I can't mess with Lonzo. Remember when he at the very near the end, and he takes Jake to the
homie's house. The
Yeah,
SA's house.
yeah. So he said, so when he left them, he didn't realize, and he was like, "Hey man, you ever had your stuff pushed in?"
Yeah.
I was like, no. I said, Jake, get out of there. Jake, get out of there. Hey, look, Jake started tussling. They put him in the shower, and he said
Jake was going down.
I said, Jake, get out of there. I said, nah, I can't mess with Lonzo after he
when he calls
did
it,
that.
hey, make sure that tub is clean. Hey, you should have known something. Why you calling my telling him to make sure the tub is clean? I'm not riding with you, man. I'm not riding with you, man.
Yeah, that joke was wild. So, okay, I like the villains. I love everybody's picks. I think that Magneto pick, I somehow that slipped me. I thought of many of the villains we talked about tonight.
I had Magneto on my list. He was
Yeah,
on my list of people that I had to pick from.
that's a good one. That was
Yeah,
one
it is. That it is. That was sort of my sleeper pick, so I'm glad that Kev brought that one up.
Wonder
yes,
if I should
definitely.
bring out my real number one pick.
Kev, don't do no
It's major
wild.
controversy.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no,
yeah. Just leave it alone. Just let
yeah.
it be.
You know what?
Cause
I think
you gonna come straight from the left. It's gonna be something crazy.
yeah. I
It's
think
definitely crazy.
yeah. We go
Yeah.
We
rap.
may just tape some extra stuff off air and do some bonus clips.
Yeah, we might do a
I think we're just gonna leave that bonus clip in the
yeah.
bonus section and leave it alone, Kev, because
Yeah.
the way you brought it up just don't even sound safe for the
Yeah,
podcast. You're like,
it
yeah,
really
I really want to talk about my number one pick,
yeah.
but I can't.
I think I'm good with that. So
Yeah.
it's been a great episode for Kev, aka Bumblebee, Coat, aka Jazz. It's your boy Optimus Prism Griff. It's been another episode of the Woods Finest Podcast. We'll see you guys on the very next episode.